Okay, my friend asked me, this is a beautiful car, but where's all the aero? You know, like on a Porsche GT3, a big wing, or one of the new SF90X has a big wing and looks very, or Lamborghinis look very, all the aero stuff is very overt and large and visible on the car. But this car, interestingly, has plenty and lots of aero design to produce downforce, but it's done in a very elegant and timeless sort of way. So let me go through some of that. Starting with the back of the car here, there is a wing that a lot of people don't realize actually is a dynamic wing that comes up when you're going around a corner and producing a certain amount of g-force and a certain amount of speed. The car will automatically sense this, and if it can help, it will drive this wing up to about this high, and it produces obviously downforce. But when you're going straight or you don't need a wing to reduce the air resistance, this wing goes down and disappears. So here it is, but unseen. So that's a nice way of doing a wing without having a wing that's obviously up or large all the time, creating downforce, and also slows your car obviously on a straightaway. Of course, they do have all these nice formed grills throughout here, and a black exhaust, single port exhaust. This is usually silver, and the black is an option, and I think it's much better because I understand the silver can get very discolored. So I wanted a car with a black exhaust. It's an option. And then another grill here, and then of course you've got this big diffuser on the back of the car, and that also produces downforce for the car, and you can see it all here. And as you'll see in some of the photos I put on the listing, there's all sorts of channeling pieces on the bottom of this car, producing downforce and channeling air to the brakes and around, and controlling air movement throughout the bottom of the car into these diffusers on the back. And this is an option in carbon fiber that a lot of cars don't have because it's not cheap. It's an expensive option. Now, going forward, let's do this. I'll show you the wing on the top here in a moment, but we'll come back over the top on the other side. Of course, here there's a grill that allows air to flow into the exhaust or into the radiators and so forth. And this even may produce a little bit of downforce, but it is an aero element of the car. And then the door handles are part of that air design, and these are flush with the door, so you don't have any air resistance from a handle sticking out. And the way these work is you push them in, and the car unlocks, and then goes back down like this. Some people object to this. They say it's give them a hard time, but I've never had a problem with it. It's very simple. You just put down and pull, and the door opens. It's actually very well done. Then you come over to the front. This is another big element of aero. Of course, the whole front of the car is aero designed so that it produces downforce as air comes up over the top of this car and over the windshield. But here you have two nice slices in here that are aero vents that allow air to flow deeply in through here, and these work to provide air, cool air, to the brakes. The new carbon ceramic brakes in front produce cooling and some downforce as air flows through these. Here you got another grate, and that produces some downforce into here as the splitter is pushed down by air. And then of course you do have another carbon fiber splitter on the very bottom of the car here. And the other thing that's interesting is this little wing, which some people never bother to notice, but this little wing is designed, made out of carbon fiber. This little wing is designed to produce downforce right at the front of the car in combination with this bar, which also carries the front camera, but is producing downforce here and then downforce here. Air comes in here, hits the little wing, creates more downforce and flows back, and then it goes into the aero channels on the bottom of the car, and the air is redirected as the engineers wanted to do to improve cooling and improve more downforce and suction force, I guess you'd call it, on the bottom of the car as well. And of course here you have another formed grill, and air can flow into here all the way across. And this comes around, and of course you have another channel here, another opening. So rather than having big slits on the front of the car or big slices in the fenders, they do all this very elegantly so that people, so it makes the car a timeless design, a beautiful timeless design. So it has all the modern aero aspects of design without being kind of just overt and having the big wing bolted on the car like you see on a kid's Honda or something like that. Oh, and here's the other wing. So there is a wing right here, as you can see. So the air channels up over the bow of the car here, over the windshield, and then across the top of the car, and then through this channel, through this wing right here on the top, and air flows through there and then comes out over the top of the engine. It can then flow into this grill at the back and then into the grill right here for cooling, and then of course down into these. And so air flows down into here very elegantly and creates downforce and cooling for the radiators through the back of the car, and of course into this piece of grill right here that also provides more aero and more air into the engine compartment. So the car really is, I think, geniusly designed to provide really a very beautiful design overall and timeless sort of design that will stand the test of time, as compared to some of the newer cars that have these huge wings and huge chopped slices in the fenders and on the hood. And this car is very Italian in its form, I think, and very elegantly done. And it's a smaller car with a smaller wheelbase, so it's really a fun car to drive, I must say. I've had it for a year plus, year and a half, and driven it quite a bit, and I've enjoyed it. But I have other cars on order, so something's got to leave. And so this one is up for sale. And if you have any questions, give me a call. I'd be glad to answer them. Whoever owns or buys this car from me will enjoy it. It's a beautiful car in beautiful condition, and one hell of a fun car. And you'll probably never see another blue Corsa metallic, since this car is no longer being manufactured by Ferrari, and the number they built in this beautiful color is, I understand, fairly small, very few. And I've never seen another one for sale, actually, myself, for the last year and a half in the same color. So be a lot of red ones and a lot of white ones, but you will see very few of these cars with this beautiful blue that changes shade and color and gets a lot of attention wherever it goes. The Cars and Coffee it actually won a concourse of the Ferrari club, of the local Ferrari club, about 30 cars, and this car was chosen by the attendees as the most beautiful car in the show, which had a lot to do with the beautiful color, obviously. All right, there you go. Thank you much.